feature confrontation, six-man tag team action. Introducing first from Robbingdale, Minnesota, weighing 249 pounds, the man who wears the gold, the man who lays claim to the heavyweight title.
Now it's time to take them to the nasty
These tag team partners accompanied by the nastiest first lady ever in WCW, Missy Hyatt. They are the World Tag Team Champions from the streets of New York City. Taz, Knob, the Nasty Boys.
Well, you got world champions on one side here. You've got the World Tag Team Champions and the World Heavyweight Champion, and three former World Champions coming out.
Everything's all world,
And
Tony.
ladies and gentlemen, their opponents from Venice Beach, California, weighing 251 pounds, this is Steve! From Charlotte, North Carolina, 245 pounds, one-time former World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy, Flair! And from Charlotte, North Carolina, 241 pounds, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat!
All right, here we go with six-man tag, and we remember what happened last week at the end of that World Tag Team Championship match. And hey, fans want to remind you, Mean Gene Okerlund, like you said on the hotline tonight until midnight, is Lord Steven Regal really a Lord? Mean Gene says he knows, and will tell us tonight on the hotline. And fans, on Tuesday, I had a talk with Nature Boy Ric Flair about his great career, what it means to him living in Charlotte, North Carolina, and what he has planned for Vader in Charlotte on Monday, December 27th. I'll talk about that on the hotline Tuesday. And, of course, Jesse will be knocking somebody on Wednesday.
No, Jesse will be telling the truth on Wednesday. After all the lies they hear on Saturday and Tuesday, somebody has to take them to church on Wednesday.
Yeah, and that's you, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, you never know. And here we go. World champions on one side, former world champions on the other, in a big six-man main event here on Saturday night.
Well, you got three of the most popular wrestlers right there, Steamboat, Flair, and the Stinger, against three of the most unpopular wrestlers, the Nasty Boys and Ravishing Rick Rude.
Down low goes Zags as Steamboat wanted to mix it up. I don't know what the Nasty Boys are doing, but they are slowing the pace down here. And there you see Missy Hyatt. Well, again.
Shut up, you bunch of kids! And here's Knobs yelling at the crowd there, the Dragon Ricky Steamboat trying to get it going. And look at how the Nasties are trying to entice him into their corner.
And again. Now to the midsection goes Sags. Side headlock. Well, the champions certainly in WCW are looking forward to being part of Starrcade, and the challengers as well. We'll have more announcements next week. Big drop kick.
And another drop kick by the Dragon. And you notice Ravishing Rick Rude didn't get in there. He knew what would be coming to him if he got in.
I do understand next week we will have announcements of other title matches for Starrcade on Monday, December 27th, the Granddaddy of them all. So we look forward to having Mean Gene back with us in the Starrcade Control Center next week.
You know what amazes me, Tony? Missy Hyatt must have the fastest growing hair in the universe. I mean, week in and week out, her hair changes in length.
It's extensions, Jess. It's not the real thing, okay?
Extensions?
Yes.
You mean like when people want to be taller, they stick things in their shoes and make them taller?
I guess in many ways, that's right. Her hair is really short, okay? Oh, look at that Steamboat rolling him up.
No, it's long. Look how long her hair is, Tony. You're telling me that's a wig?
Yes. Boy, we got a very irate Brian Knobbs now. Steamboat almost pinned him.
Almost caught him off guard.
What about the derogatory things they were saying about Steamboat a couple of weeks ago on this program? saying how he's washed up. Well, Steamboat proved him wrong last week as they took him right to the end of the match. Rick Rude ended that.
Well, a lot of people like to think the Dragon's washed up, but I think there's still about, I'd say at least a dozen more matches in him.
Try a dozen more years, possibly. One of the greatest competitors. Tag now, and Stinger's coming in. Speaking of great competitors.
They're not going to say this guy's washed up.
Not at all. And here's the man who has more than enough reason to go after the Nasty Boys. We'll recall what happened at the Clash of the Champions. He and the British Bulldog against the Nasty Boys. Sting, of course, has held every major title in WCW. There's a forearm shot in the corner. Sting caught. He blocks it. Right hand now.
And he's going to work on Knobs. Whoa, is he powdering him with those rights?
In the corner, Knobs goes out and goes down. He goes safe. There he goes. And Rude thought better of and goes down on the floor.
And Rude, look at that. Rude says, I'm too smart for that stuff. The thinking man's champion, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Yeah, among other things. Right hand side of the head. Sending him down, and there's a big clothesline. Sting.
You know, the remarkable thing about Sting is he tags the Nature Boy. He's the kind of wrestler doesn't need a championship to hold his popularity.
That's right. Couple of fists by the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, as he is set to go against Vader for the WCW World title. Remember, fans, if he does not win the title at Starrcade, then he will walk away from the sport. He will quit World Championship Wrestling.
Goodbye, Nature Boy.
You're wrong, Jeff.
So long, Nature Boy.
You're wrong again.
Goodbye, Nature Boy. We'll
sing.
see you at Starrcade for the last time. Have I made my prediction, Tony?
Yeah, you have, Jeff.
So long, Nature Boy.
No, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Flair getting ready to...
If Flair's smart, he'll shave his head when it's over with, too. He can start a whole new life.
Side headlock. Is that what shaving your head does for you? Start a whole new life?
That's what Flair's going to need to do, because he ain't going to want to show his face no more when he's forced into retirement.
Forearm shots. Head first.
I want you to keep your composure that night, too, Tony. I don't want you crying.
I don't do things like that. Back of the head. And again. Pick up. Whoa, put him down. Ravishing Rick Rude defeated Ric Flair for the world title. And Flair still in it. Atomic drop. Jump on the chin. Down to the head.
And Rude is caught in the wrong corner, to say the least.
Side of the head goes Sting with the right hand. This big six-man main event here on TBS. Flair got the atomic drop, actually got the knee in the groin muscle that time, right up above the knee. Full arm dragon twist, tag, and here comes Brian Knobs.
Well, I'll tell you what, the champion didn't fare too well in his exchange out there. He got it from all three of the opponents on the other side.
Drop toe hold, Flair taking Brian Knobs down, tags in the Stinger. Great teamwork here from the former world champions.
Sting trying to step over, he's going
Wow.
half Boston Crab, but Knobs is close enough to the ropes to get a break.
Into the corner now. Head first. Starrcade. The granddaddy of them all is Monday, November 27th, only on pay-per-view. Into the corner, fans. Sting! Missed the Stinger splash. And a tag has been made. Another Nasty Boy comes in. We have to take a break. The tape machines are rolling. Should anything happen during the break, we'll show you an instant replay. If not, the six-man continues on TBS right after this. Big bear hug applied. Steamboat. A former world heavyweight champion. Like we said, world champions on one side, former world champions on another.
Are we going to have matches in Mexico now, Tony?
Never know.
With NAFTA passed, there won't be any free trade agreement, right? There's no tariffs if we go down there now, right?
I'm not into that politicking stuff.
We can move the whole organization to Mexico City.
Sting is in trouble here. The 1-2 got a 2 count. And Rude putting the pressure on with that bear hug. Well, I tell you what, that pain must be excruciating here, Jess.
Well, the tough part is, though, Rude is not going to get a pin out of it because it's very hard. You either got to get all the wind out of the guy where you knock him out to keep his shoulders down on that mat. And now Rude switches right over into a reverse chin lock and sits back on it. Again, applying pressure to the lower back.
Reverse chin, like you said, is applied. Steamboat and Ric Flair encouraging as you take a look at Fifi.
Look at Fifi. She's wondering where the Brillo pads are now. She's got to scrub floors when she gets back home.
I tell you what, she was a big part of Battle Bowl. And congratulations goes out to Vader, the Battle Bowl champion. Elbow on the back of the head.
I'll tell you, this is just going to be a great month for Vader, isn't it?
It really is.
Now he gets to add to his list the retirement of the Nature Boy.
Ducking over the top, sending the man down.
Imagine having that to be known for the rest of your career as the man who retired Nature Boy Ric Flair.
Well, he went down the list of his accomplishments to Flair during that press reception. Double axe handle. And Ric Flair beginning the tag.
And Ric Flair just full of energy because he knows the career ends in just a matter of weeks.
Look at this!
He's hooked on the figure 4.
The figure 4 is on, and Rude rakes into the eyes to stop it. Meanwhile, Steamboat and Knobs going out in the corner. Sting is in. Flair goes over the top.
You know, Flair's got a great advantage because in the back of his mind he knows the career could be done in a matter of weeks, Tony. So he can let all the stops out. He can go for broke in every match.
Well, I think Flair does that anyway. Each and every match he's been in, he goes for broke, lets it all out. Ric Flair nailed from behind with the belt. The World Tag Team belt by the Nasty Boys.
When it's all over, then Fifi will be there to rub that Ben Gay into the arthritis of the old man.
Now, Jesse, you're going too far here. Sending Flair in. A pickup.
Big body slam, and Flair kicks off.
In the jaw. Boy, Flair's a fighter, and he's stuck in the corner. Tag is made now. Both Nasty Boys looking over Flair in the corner. Double team here. Flair over the top. Oh, he hit hard. Hit his knee on that ring apron and went down to the floor.
And Ricky Steamboat, the veteran he is, look at, he gets right out there to cover up for the Nature Boy. So nobody else is going to come off him from the apron.
Steamboat and Flair have had some tremendous battles for the world titles. And now Steamboat pulling one of the Nasty Boys down, but he let his guard down. Flair's in trouble.
Yep. He should have kept watching Nature Boy.
Sting was tied up with Rude there over to help things out now. What a wild 6-man we are having.
As all 6 men seem to get out of hand at some point, Tony.
Well, Jess, you mentioned, is there going to be a second referee? And I said no.
Nature Boy Ric Flair out on the floor.
Do you address the referee situation on your Wednesday hotline? Of course you do.
Maybe I ought to. Maybe I ought to undress Fifi on the Wednesday hotline.
Yeah, maybe you should. That would be good. Pick up. Down goes Flair. And Knobs. Boy, Flair saying, come on, get in my face. Flair, a fighter. Look at Flair fighting back. Ric Flair. Brian Knobs going up. Down goes Flair.
They're toe-to-toe in the corner. Knobs getting a little better, but Flair's still firing away.
A resurgence of energy from Nature Boy, but he's in the wrong corner. Trying to fight out. A tag has been made on the other end of the Nasty Boys double-teaming Ric Flair. Wow. The Nature Boy fighting from underneath. Snapmare over. Head of steam.
Sags drives that knee into the face of Nature Boy, and there's a tag to the world champ. Ravishing Rick Rude. Look at this. Rude's going for the figure four. He's giving Flair a taste of his own medicine.
Figure four is on the Nature Boy.
Rude figures let him feel his own hold before he's forced into retirement.
Oh, he is not going to be forced into anything. 1, 2.
How can you say that, Tony?
I don't think
you're calling Nature Boy Ric Flair the favorite against Vader?
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Shocking.
And Flair desperately needs a tag on the ropes here. Whoa, Rude almost pinned himself.
Tony Schiavone's the only guy in the world that'll make the champion the underdog.
2 count.
At the rate Flair's going here, he ain't going to get the Starcade.
You're right, he is in trouble, and Rude has the figure four on.
And it takes the drag. Oh, what a cheap shot, Tony. Leave it to that dragon Steamboat. He saw no other way out. Nature Boy would have had to submit, and he comes in from the outside and catches Rude with a knee.
Well, hey, it worked, didn't it?
It did work.
The match is still going on.
Just goes to show you Steamboat will stoop to any level.
The knee to the midsection.
I love these guys that come on and tell you how they play within the rules all the time. Right. When it comes time to win or lose, every one of them will break the rule if they get the shot at it.
The elbow on the knee. Flair in trouble now. And again. Jerry Sags driving in that leg, and this is good strategy here, Jeff. They've stayed on the leg since the figure four.
Absolutely, and here comes Rude back in. He may want to put it on him again. Kick to the hamstring.
A concerned Fifi at ringside.
Oh, no, she's just watching Rude's hips.
No,
that's the only thing she was concerned about.
A forearm shot to the head.
She realizes Flair could be retired in a couple weeks. She's going to find herself a new guy to come down to ringside with.
A side of the head again.
You're ignoring me, Tony.
That's not easy to do either.
You don't get paid to ignore me.
Oh, you're not kidding.
You're paid to beat me.
Into the midsection. Forearm shots.
Or at least you used to be.
Again, tag is made. A shot. Back and forth they go.
And Nature Boy trying to fight his way out of the corner, going toe-to-toe with Knobbs.
Shoulder block and down goes Flair. Ric Flair. Oh, he goes head first.
He's trying to get there. Knobbs got there. Here comes ravishing Rick Rude. He made the tag.
It's Sting. Sting and Rude are in. A fresh Sting is in, and the fans are going wild. Sting ahead of steam. Sending both, all three men down now. Well, that takes care of the Nasty Boys.
Temporarily. We got all 6 of them in there now.
Here we go. We thought we'd see it.
And now's the time you need double referees, but we ain't got it.
Wait a minute. Rude's going to put the Rude Awakening on Steamboat, and he did. But Sting's the legal man. He rolls up Rude. 1, 2, 3. Tell you winners. Sting, Flair, Steamboat. We're going to get the official word from Gary Capetta. What a match this was. Here on W, and the fight still continues.
They're fighting outside the ring. There you see Nature Boy chomping away on Knobbs.